All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Out Life. My name is Adewale Booker Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. Today I'm going to talk about pop culture. I'm surprised that I've read all these episodes. We're going on episode 121 now, and I haven't talked about the pop culture of how comics, animation, video games, and movies are just a part of our everyday life. I mean, I just think it's incredible that things like this that people used to look at, looking at you like you're a weirdo when you're wearing superhero gear. Now it's common. It's crazy, man. But all nerds like myself are like, okay, it's about time, you know what I mean? But before we get into this podcast, I want to pay some of these bills. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. Like I told y'all, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out with a new podcast soon. They're working on it. They're getting it all together, and it's going to be awesome when it gets there. So look out for that A4 Capital Consulting podcast. And also, this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. Anadel Center, they design custom orthotics, make your feet feel awesome. Not your generic brand that you buy from these grocery stores or from regular shopping stores. Nope, you go into the store, they hook you up to a computer, and it does all kinds of techie stuff and diagnoses the issue, makes the custom orthotics to your feet. So check them out, y'all. AnadelCenter.com. All right, y'all. So I stated before, I'm talking about pop culture today. Comics, animation, video games, and movies. I'm gonna start off with comics, man, because none of this would have probably happened if somebody wasn't creating comics, right? So, of course, I got to show you my own, even though I'm working on the first official Card of Assassin comic. But this is what started the whole Card of Assassin universe right here, right? But then as a kid growing up, I used to read comics. This is the first ever Weapon X Age of Apocalypse issue comic. This is the first comic book I ever bought. This is what I'm talking about, like pop culture. And then this is the last issue of the Weapon X Age of Apocalypse series. You know what I mean? I put both in this thing. I mean, this thing is my first comic book. You know how many times I've drawn this cover? I mean, it's the sickest thing ever, man. But comics, man, is the first thing I have to talk about. Age of Apocalypse right here. You know what I mean? X-Men. More X-Men. I mean, God, I got a bunch of X-Men comics, man. I mean, that's really, honestly, man, X-Men was the jump off during the 90s, man. In the 90s, Captain America, X-Men by far was probably the best cartoon series ever. Was the best cartoon series in the 1990s. I mean, it was off the chain great. And then I don't know, maybe the movies just didn't do it no justice. But I had endless. I remember I had the issue Marvel vs. DC 4-issue series. I don't know where that one went to. I used to have a bunch of comics, y'all, but I ain't got that. But comics really, with the stuff that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby started with, whether it was Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Iron Man. And then on the DC side, you have Batman, you have Superman, you have Green Lantern, you have the Justice League. I mean, pop culture, man, it's been like since like the beginning, man. This started off with some comics, right? And there's nothing, even though comics aren't as prevalent or as popular as they used to be, which is really weird because people still enjoy reading, and I don't understand why they don't like comics. But there's still a select group of us that are in this universe, this nerd universe, this animation, this whole pop culture universe where we still have an obsession with comic books. I mean, if you go to comic expos, you can see people having, rows and rows and rows of comics there to be traded, to be sold. So it's still there, man, but comics. But without comics, it wouldn't lead to the next part I'm about to talk about, which is animation. And for a lot of y'all, for the comic books, and let me go back to the comics before I switch it over. If you've never read a comic book, even just a basic one, it takes you into it's like reading a book, whether you're reading a Harry Potter book or the Chronicles of Narnia. It's that kind of universe where it just opens your mind to something. But the only difference is visual. You can actually see. So I used to be astounded by what I was reading when I used to read a lot of Marvel comics. I remember as a kid, I used to run to the gas station. That's where I bought all my comic books that I showed y'all. And I would go to the grocery store. I see how much it was. So it was $2 and like 50 cents or something. It would take me 2 weeks just to save that up. You know what I mean? It was crazy. I mean, I remember buying this. I was obsessed with this comic for like, when it first came out, I was like, I hope to God when it comes out, I have enough money, man. And sure enough, 2 weeks it took me to buy this comic. 2 weeks, y'all, to buy this comic book. You're looking at right here. This is this one day is going into a frame, you know what I mean? But right now I keep it because I use it. It helps me with the College of Assassin comic book. But comics, man, pop culture. Without comic books, man, you ain't got nothing. Next up, animation. Animation is the coolest thing ever. Whether you're talking about Gargoyles, whether you're talking about, you know what? Let me jump this thing off. We're talking about Gargoyles, Marvel stuff, DC stuff, Justice League, Thundercats, Voltron, just classic stuff. Like, for example, animation, Thundercats. You know what I mean? God, Thundercats is by far one of the greatest top 5 cartoons of all time, right? Animation, man, that's the thing about pop culture, man. So when I'm talking about pop culture, I mean at least the apparel, at least the footwear. Well, without comics, you don't get animation. And then animation, right, is a whole different genre. And I think once animation came around, it just changed the whole game completely. Now everything just became so visual. You didn't have to just read it. I mean, we're talking about Thundercats right here. You know what I mean? Shoot, I'm about to stack it on y'all. Voltron, Defender of the Universe right here. You know what I'm saying? Justice League. You know what I mean? Batman, even though it's not Batman the animated series, but just Batman in general, which has been around since when Bob Kane and Bill Finger created it. You know what I mean? Avengers, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby right here. Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Panther, Black Widow, Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? It's just goddamn. And now we're talking about Avengers. Now we got movies, man. We've had four great Avenger movies, 4 great ones, not good but great. Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? This is an Iron Man movie, but Iron Man the animated series from the 1990s. You know what I mean? Animation, man. X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s. Now, this right here is where it jumped off right here. You know what I mean? X-Men. You know what I mean? Gargoyles. You know what I'm saying? In Manhattan, Goliath, Brooklyn, Bronx, Hudson, Broadway, and then, of course, Lexington. And then back to the X-Men, you know what I'm saying? You got Wolverine, Storm, Gambit, Cyclops, Beast, Rogue, Professor X, Jubilee, Storm. I mean, it's just, oh my God, incredible animation, right? And then something y'all probably never seen before. Surfer Strike Force. Very few people know about this cartoon right here, Surfer Strike Force. It was in the 1990s. It was in this golden era of animation, man, when cartoons were coming around. And you know, I've talked about it before, from the 1980s through the 1990s. I've done animation. I've talked about it on previous episodes, which one was the golden age of animation. But God, without cartoons like this, oh my God, animation was just off the chain. 1980s, Brave Star, Eyes of the Hawk, Here's the Wolf. You know what I'm saying? You got Brave Star, you got 3030, JB, and Scuzz over here at the bottom right here. They got Shaman, you know, used to give advice to Brave Star, and there's Tex X in the back right here. Because what I got right here in my hand is a deluxe set, DVD Brave Star animation. I don't play when it comes to animation, man. I'm a collector for real. Masked Crusaders, Mobile Armor Strike Command. For a lot of y'all don't know what MASS stands for. Mobile Armor Strike Command. If the rumors are true, I'm hearing that there's a movie that's going to be made about this. Of course, MASS team is led by Matt Tracker, going against Venom, who's led by Mayhem. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I mean, God, cartoons, man. Jason the World Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Flora, Gideon, Audric. You know what I'm saying? And then of course they pick Herc the Sailor, who's like a pirate, who's not a pirate, but he helps them travel them around the galaxy, man. He's trying to find Jason's father. I mean, this cartoon. And then they had the coolest vehicles too. I mean, vehicles, whether it was this or Masked, they really gave me a chance to create very cool vehicles in the College of Assassin universe, as well as Thundercats as well. You know what I mean? And of course, Defenders of the Earth. You know what I'm saying? Flash Gordon, The Phantom, Lothar, Mandrick, and their kids, Jeddah, LJ, Kashin, Rick. I mean, this cartoon, they were fighting Ming the Merciless, of course. Ming the Merciless back here. I mean, cartoons, man. Dude, without animation, I don't know where we would be. You know what I'm saying? Animation is just, oh my God, the greatest gift, I think, one of the greatest gifts ever given to mankind. The ability to take characters, 2D them, 3D them, then put them into animation. Like, even as we're speaking right now, I'm working on the second version of the College of Assassin animation series. I've been saying it, but now I've actually started. Y'all, it is pretty sick. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself. And what I did, I studied animation. I had to get myself tooled up on the things I needed. Instead of waiting on people to do stuff for me, I gotta learn it myself. So everything I needed, I know how to draw already. I'm already a creator. Might as well learn how to animate. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying movie angles, cinematic stuff. I'm just prepping myself for the future because I'm not gonna wait on anybody to give me a chance. We have, as artists now, you really have no excuse. With these crazy phones that they create now, you could damn near make a movie with your iPhone. Imagine having an iPhone and just making a movie like people have never seen before. It's the same thing with animation. All the programs are available to you. You don't have to go work for the movie studio to create an animation. You can just do the stuff at home yourself. You know your characters already, which is what I already have. I already have characters. I already have a universe. So I just create, you know what I mean? And then, which leads up to video games. And video games have always been part of pop culture. Yeah, I'm going to show it to y'all. Y'all about to see some stuff right here. This is Sega Genesis. But yeah, I know I should be showing you a PlayStation 4 or 5, but I'm not doing it. I'm going old school. X-Men, you know what I'm saying? And then Super Street Fighter. Is this Super? Yeah, Super Street Fighter 2. New challenges. This way you had Cammy, Fei Long, T-Hawk, and oh god, who's the fourth person? And I think it was DJ. New characters. And then X-Men, of course. You know what I'm saying? X-Men 2, the video game on Sega Genesis. I still play this all the time. God. And then yes, you know, if I'm going to show you the games of Sega Genesis, I still got the Sega Genesis. That's right. I got the Sega Genesis CD. Yeah, I got the Monster one. You know what I mean? This is the classic right here, man. Sega Genesis. I mean, who still has this right here? This is what I mean by video games. And of course, the various games that have come out. Marvel vs. Capcom, which started in 1998, to what it is now. You got 4 versions, I believe. I think if you had Infinity, and then, of course, the numerous characters that were in them. Ryu, Ken, DJ. From the Capcom side, you had Ryu, Ken, DJ, Charlie, Guile, Chun-Li. I think there might have been Honda, Akuma, Bison. Then on the Marvel side, you had Wolverine, Cyclops, Iron Man, War Machine, Storm, Rogue, Gambit. I'm trying to think who else, man. Hulk, Captain America. God, it was just filled with characters. And then, of course, you had X-Men, the video game. X-Men, Children of the Atom, which had the X-Men fighting all kinds of characters, then eventually fighting Magneto at the end. You had Wolverine, Storm, Iceman, Gambit, Psylocke, Cyclops. God, video games are so awesome. And then you had the various different types of video games. Whether it was Sonic the Hedgehog, you had, who else am I thinking of here? Mega Man video games. I mean, the pop culture, anything you see on my banner. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What am I talking about? I almost forgot about them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And some stuff, if I don't have it, video game, or if I don't have it on a DVD, which is, I am ashamed to say I don't have Turtles. That's embarrassing, man. You know what I mean? But look, let's look for, this is what I can find. Shoot. I know I can find these turtles right here. Heroes in the Half Shell, Turtle Power. Go Green Machine. That's right. This is pop culture right here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Kevin Eastland, Peter Lear creating that mess right there. Same thing with Thundercats, man. Arthur J. Rankin and Jules Bass and creating that. You have to have like visionaries creating these awesome universes. Man, video games were an everyday life thing. I used to be obsessed with video games. My favorite type of video games are the arcade ones because honestly, I feel like you can do more super movies. That's the honest truth. And it's just more enjoyable versus picking up just the joystick where you can actually go to an arcade, pop in the quarter, and have that joystick and hitting all kinds of buttons, man, and charging up the character and hitting them with the Bro Claw, Tornado Claw, Ryu's Hurricane Kick, is Dragon Punch, Iron Man's Proton Cannon, War Machine's War Destroyer, Captain America's Final Victory, Gambit's Cajun Strike, Wolverine's Berserker Barrage, Storm with the Lightning, God. I mean, Magneto with the Ukiklan shot. He would basically throw this magnetic force field that would go through you, man. God, video games were all that in the bag of chips, man. Games has always been a part of the pop culture universe. They are always going to be a part of it. You have people now, being a gamer is a job, which is amazing to me. So you literally go to school to become a gamer. They're hiring you at these various companies because EA Sports, people that are creating these sports games, whether it's adventure games, all these different companies, Activision, all these different companies that want to hire artists. It's not just artists they're hiring gamers. You need people that actually are obsessed with games because it's just a part of our daily life. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. And then last but not least, of course, is movies. I mean, all this stuff I'm showing y'all. Let's start off with this right here. Especially the ones that are prevalent right now. You know what I mean? X-Men, Iron Man, Avengers, Batman, Justice League. You know what I mean? Look, Justice League, of course they made the movie, wasn't as great, but it's still the fact that it was a pop culture phenomenon. They made it into a movie. And I'm sure they know they got to do better. I mean, but Justice League, man, I mean, this was an incredible, it was just the fact that to see what the late great Dwayne McDuffie, James Tucker, Bruce Timm, those were the producers of this animated series, season 1, season 2, and of course, Justice League, the regular one. So 5 5 seasons in total, I believe. No, excuse me. No, that's probably 7 seasons, I think, in total. But it was just an incredible series. What was disappointing was that they didn't take the ideas from the movie. From the animated series and put it in the movie. Do you know how great of a movie that would have been? It's almost as if they try to rush it, man. And you can't rush something like that. Not when you have this many characters, there's so many ideas in there, so many episodes that they could take them. But the TV series have been awesome too. That's another thing. TV series. I'm gonna talk about that too. TV series from Flash, The Arrow, Titans. God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Pop culture it's everywhere, man. Next up, Batman. Batman the animated series. Batman Year One, the movies, the Dark Knight series with Christian Bale, the new one with Robert Pattinson, the first ones with Michael Keaton. I mean, there was only really one bad Batman movie, and that was the one Batman and Robin with George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell. That's it. I can't really think of any other Batman that were bad. Batman Returns was better than the first Batman. The one with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton. That movie is so sick. That movie can hold up to any movie you watch today. If anything has been created today, to any of the Batmans that have been created. And of course, Christian Bale with the Dark Knight series, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, that's Christian Bale, of course, is the greatest Batman ever. You know what I mean? I mean, that whole series was just epic, man. It was just sick as hell. Avengers. Need I say more? Animated movies. You know what I'm saying? Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, Avengers 3, Infinity War, and then of course Avengers 4, Endgame. Dude, this movie's series is the greatest superhero movie series ever created. The only thing that can be better than Avengers is probably Captain America trilogy, because Captain America was fire. From the first to the last one, it was just... Captain America was sick with it. There's no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? Captain America was sick with it. Avengers, though, to take that many superheroes, Captain America, Hulk, Black Panther, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor, Iron Man, Nick Fury, Falcon. I mean, God, I'm just leaving people out right now. You know what I'm saying? And then to join forces and to make it one giant movie, he just kept on adding characters. It was insane. 4 great movies, man. I've seen Avengers, all the 4 movies. I know I've seen each one of them at least 5 or 6 times. You know what I'm saying? It's just incredible to create a universe, like to turn it into a movie. It is so difficult. But what was great about Avengers is that the Marvel team used the stories from the comics and the animated series. That's why the movies were so great. And that's what happens when you have directors that actually revert to the past and see the notes. The comics and the animation series are like notes. You use them to create something great. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie is off the chain. And Iron Man is my second favorite superhero on the list. You got Blade, and then you got Iron Man. But if I had Carjack for Assassins in there, now you got Carjack for Assassins 1, Blade 2, Iron Man 3. God, I have been an Iron Man fan since I was a kid. I love me some Iron Man. The animated movies, of course, you got animated movies. You got the TV show from the 1990s. You got the 3 movies. The first one was Spitfire. The second one was good. The third one, hell no, I'll never watch that again. Hell no. You know what I mean? But Iron Man off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets to come back, because I know he died in Endgame, but there's got to be a way to bring him back, man. You know what I mean? But what's great about Iron Man is the way it ended in Infinity Endgame is the same way it ended in Avengers, Earth's Mightiest, Avengers, oh God, not Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but Avengers Assemble. You know what I mean? Avengers had so many successful franchises. Avengers Assemble, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but Iron Man off the chain. Then, of course, X-Men. You know what I'm saying? The animated series. Yeah, the movies weren't that great. Of course, Wolverine Logan was just off the chain. And I think X-Men First Class, I thought that was really good too. X-Men, Days of Future Past, it was, I'm giving it a C+, you know what I mean? But the movies can be a lot better, especially now that Marvel has bought the rights back to the X-Men. So let's get this thing cracking and get this party in the right direction, you know what I mean? But, yo, and then there's TV shows. Can't even forget about that. You got Flash, Arrow, Justice League, Teen Titans, what else am I talking about? Here. Flash, I've already said that. You've had Blade series. What I'm looking for is a Green Lantern one, which would be really difficult. Maybe they could do Wolverine. I don't know how they would do that. And of course, other various cartoons, other different franchises. Techno Man, Ronin Warriors. Shoot, let me look at my book, man. You know what I mean? Because I gotta get up in here. Because pop culture, man. And then, man, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, this is supposed to be available on my website, but man, Goku versus Vegeta. Who else? Let me look up in here. Shoot, I already showed y'all Thundercats. You also seen Gargoyles. Man, can't forget about Spawn. That's another great one. Spawn, part of pop culture right there. You know what I mean? And that was an animated series. Shoot. Ronin Warriors, man. Are you kidding me? Ronin Warriors. Yeah, this was the bomb right here, man. Ronin Warriors. If you've never seen it, oh my God. You so missing out. You got to go check out Ronin Warriors. Let me see what else. You know what? I would be remiss because Fantastic Four in the 1990s. It's a great animated series. And then, of course, let's check out some of this stuff right here. I got to show you all Techno Man. That's another one. Yeah, Techno Man was a great one. Let me see right here. Let's see right here. I'm looking for Techno Man. Hold up, y'all. I'm looking. Oh, Transformers. Are you kidding me? Transformers. How am I going to forget that? Optimus Prime. That's another great animated series right there. Transformers. God. I mean, there's pop culture, man. It's just, oh my God, it's insane. Oh, here we go. Techno Man right there. I mean, pop culture always forgets Techno Man. Can't forget Wills. Let me come back to this. I showed you a Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Street Fighter right there. You know what I mean? That's another major part of pop culture. I mean, it's just insane, all these amazing, like, cartoons. Because without all this stuff, you wouldn't have apparel. And then, I got to show you all this right here. I definitely don't want to forget this. Mega Man, of course, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, that's right. Without those two, man, I mean, I don't know where pop culture is without those two. Video games, Sega Genesis, you name it, man. So, you know, I have to talk about pop culture. And then you got apparel. Look at me. This is pop culture right here. This is the All-Star t-shirt available. As you can see, it's got different superheroes. Let's get closer. You got Iron Man, Mega Man, Cajun from Carjack Assassins, Escalade, Shepard, the Carjack Castle characters right here. It's just ridiculous. You know, who else I got here? Techno Man right here. You know what I'm saying? Who else I got here? Let's see here. You got Spider-Man right there. I mean, and then of course the hoodie, Carjack Assassins. Pop culture is what helped me to create the Carjack Assassins universe. Without this right here, I probably wouldn't have like all the stuff that I have now. Like how my brain is thinking like, whoa, this is the coolest thing ever, man, to create my own characters. I mean, look at the hoodies. This is all part of pop culture. And as I stated before, I'm creating my own characters. Without me learning all this stuff from the comic books, I wouldn't have this. Then I wouldn't have created this. And then it wouldn't have led to this. And there's even better versions of this book coming out soon. You know what I mean? So pop culture, man, it's just, pop culture is amazing. To me, when you can take things that you love and then you make it into reality and then you make it into what we as a global community can listen to, can watch. That to me is an adventure that you can never go wrong with, man. I mean, comics, man. All this started with that, dude. So, you know, without these right here, these comic books like this, Weapon X, God, I honestly think X-Men might have the greatest comic series ever. It would be hard for anybody to argue with me and tell me that anything is better than X-Men. So, you know, that's our show for today. Pop culture. It was so much fun. But don't forget about it here, y'all. I got to show you the new stuff we got. Always got to do that. We got the beanies, of course. The new custom beanies available on soundvision.com. You know what I'm saying? I just have to show it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to check it. And what's great about it, it's reversible. It's two-sided. You know what I mean? So our beanies are reversible. Plus, they got a lightweight design and they keep your head warm. And plus, they got you looking cool. That's one more great thing. And of course, our travel suitcases. Yeah, I've been talking about it, but I want y'all to see it. Travel suitcases. Let's do a 360 turn. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all see it. And then, of course, I know you're wondering. Does it open? Yes, it does. It has a combination. And you put the combination in. I'm gonna put the combination so y'all can see it. So I'm gonna open it up for y'all so y'all can see it in action. So look, it also opens up. It also opens up, just in case you're wondering. And man, it's great for travel. Let me tell you. Look, it's two-sided. You can put stuff here. It's got zippers and cases and stuff for you to put your stuff in. I mean, if you really want to enjoy traveling, this is where it's at right here, man. It's got 4-wheel spin. It's got a latch, a handle. It's easy to just go through the airport with this thing, man. Easy to store. It's perfect for your carry-on. Check it out, man. And look at the handle, just in case you're wondering. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing over here at Sanusi Vision, man. And like I said, it's got its own lock combination. Not too many cases got lock combination. You usually have to buy extra locks. Now with this stuff, look at this. You just lock it and then you go about your business. So y'all, that's what we're doing at Sanusi Vision, man. So, I want to thank y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? Before I get up out of here, we got to pay these bills. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? This episode was awesome. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to get out of here? You know what I'm saying? This podcast was directed, written by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website at sanusvision.com. You know what I'm saying? For all the cool stuff I just showed y'all, from the beanies to the travel suitcases to the hoodie to the custom t-shirts. We got bucket hats now. We got sweatpants. We got leggings for the ladies. We got footwear. Batas 1, Batas 2. Batas Sport, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of cool stuff. Phone cases, sweaters. I mean, you name it, we probably got it on there, man. You know what I mean? We're a one-stop shop. So, and y'all, please subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel at Sanusi Vision. That's where it's at now. You know what I mean? Although we stream it I still stream it on my Facebook pages, on my Instagram pages, on my Twitter pages. But we got YouTube channel. That's where it's at. People love the visuals. They love to see a face to the visual. That's too important to a lot of people, and it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? So y'all, please check that out at sanusvision.com, and please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all at YouTube, all at Sanusi Vision. Excuse me. Social media is important. You need it regardless. I don't care what artist you are. If you're hiding from it, then you just losing out. You know what I mean? And you can always check out when you check it out, check out the stuff, give us a few likes on our stuff. You know what I mean? But social media is where it's at. As an artist, it's a platform that's free. You just got to learn how to use it right. As far as I'm concerned, YouTube and Facebook are the big gamers. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you got TikTok. While we still got it. Hopefully, the U.S. government doesn't kick it out. But if they do, they just do, man. You know what I mean? But you got to use social media platforms. And please, don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.